What's up, champions fam? It's Zeke 410 back with a brand new video. Happy New Year's to each and every single one of you. It has been a while and long overdue, but we're going to go ahead and blitz the blitz. We went ahead and bought the 1999 USD package to pick up the 3-star bronze fuse of none other than Hall of Fame showboat Jerry the King Lawler. We're going to go ahead and get busy with it. We're going to check out what we're going to be running, the move set, and the overall build that we are going to do to get through this. For the hard mode runs, got to put in the work for my faction fam. Phoenix Rises, make sure to join up and step up to the opportunity at hand. We got the Royal Fist, and we have the Body Slam alongside the Running Dropkick. Now, I'm not even going to lie to you all. This set was literally available at 2-star when you pick him up via in-game mailbox. But getting him at 3-star, I'm telling you right now, this guy is going to be a problem. Even after the MLC is concluded, I feel this guy's going to be a viable unit for many, many accounts moving forward. A very solid free-to-play showboat. We are starting off 2022 the right way. So this guy's going to be a monster. Now, you can obviously see what we got going on here when it pertains to the build. We got our man's Woods for that purple MP. Basically, we're going to be able to get our move off immediately. And we got our man, the Viper, Randy Orton, for yellow move damage. So, being that he's dealing with a bunch of area moves, there's no need to, get someone for gem generation, obviously. But we could have also easily gone with a Slick Rick for gem damage overall, being buffed to another level, making it even more impossible for people to get out if there is a cascade that takes place. But I'm telling you right now, this is definitely a guy that is going to be highly valuable to a lot of free-to-play accounts, and this is definitely a guy I would say and suggest getting up to at least 4-star or even 5-star, depending on how lucky you are from the MLC overall, let alone the pulls that you're able to do. But this guy is going to be able to get us through. Easy clap for sure. I am glad that we are returning back to the Hall of Fame. One cool thing about WWE Champions is that we're starting to get a little more and more of a well-known formula of how month-long contests are going to be going down, possibly for the very, very near future, Lord willing, because there's always seeming to be certain themed MLCs that come out that continue to make reappearances one form or way. So, for instance, we got the Hall of Fame units coming in starting off the new year. We started it off right when we were able to get Roddy Piper as well as Wendy Richter. Now we're back at it again with Lawler and Hall of Fame striker Dusty Rhodes. Rest in paradise, my boy. And both of these characters are bringing forth some very unique abilities that are going to be buffing accounts moving forward. Like, let's be real. When it comes to the MLC and Chase and free-to-play characters, they bring forth some very interesting trainer and coaching abilities, and there has come to be a trend. And it also ties into what I was saying earlier about the different MLCs. The beginning of the year, we're getting Hall of Fame characters. October, it's normally always zombies. Then we also have, during the summertime, the possibility of Masters of the WWE Universe, let alone now the introduction of mutants. Then we have some spectacular extravaganza going down when it pertains to November and Black Friday. Christmas MLCs normally introduce some very solid and viable free-to-play characters, let alone chases, and there's some extra goodies that are being thrown into there. We also seem to appear to get a NWO MLC as well, because that's money that prints itself. So there's literally like a pattern that goes to it, and the characters that come with it, with the abilities that they introduce, are highly interesting. I mean, let's just be real. We just got done with the gem damage, the specific color gem damage trainers with the free-to-play units. Nikki Ash was absolutely incredible. Kudos to those who got her as high as they got her with the low charge moves. And of course, Sami Zayn, another monster trickster. 2021 was the year of the techs and the tricksters. These are two classes classes that definitely needed to get buffed, and they certainly were when everything was said and done. But now we're into this brand new MLC, and we're getting some very unique situations going on with the coaching abilities, the trainer abilities that are being brought back. Because with Lawler as the free-to-play character, he is the submission reduction coach for purple subs. Now, one cool thing about this tie-in, like we just had with the color gem damage boost, because of course 5-star goals are a thing, and who knows what's going to be going on in the future when it pertains to star rarity when I speak about a character that everyone had the opportunity to get who's absolutely busted, not only as a solo unit, but as a very valuable coach. And all you had to do was literally play in the MLC of December Christmas Conspiracy, because there were a lot of real goodies that came out of there. But with Lawler being the purple submission reduction coach, this is following another trend that was dropped for a moment and got brought back. It was introduced, of course, first and foremost with co-owner striker Ric Flair. Then we also were able to pick up MVP Tech. We were able to get him, and that with the Hurt Business, he was able to take care of reducing yellow submissions. And we also had Heavy Machinery's MLC, where we had Tucker, who reduced red submissions, and now we're back with Lawler. However, Dusty Rhodes is introducing something that is going to be game-changing moving forward. We during the coaching side of things, when we had the gem damage characters for the free-to-play, we were getting chases that were dealing with, MP reduction of certain colors. We had Johnny Drip coming through and doing his thing, getting busy with it, right? Now, it appears we are getting a new combination of dual abilities for coaches with Dusty Rhodes, Hall of Fame striker, because this guy is bringing forth a very interesting tandem that's going to be hurting people. And look at how Lawler's taking care of people. I could easily been through like 3 or 4 blitzes by now, but it's been a while since I talked to y'all. But Dusty Rhodes is bringing something interesting into the game that's been played around with for a little bit. It's an ability that some people maybe overlooking, don't care for, but it's going to be pivotal now moving forward. Dusty Rhodes not only gives you an opportunity at a guaranteed 50% chance, now RNG is going to be RNG, not only to put forth a 50% chance of more purple gems appearing on the board, but when you match your purple gems, you will get an additional +2 towards your MP charge. That is a broken coaching ability that can go so many ways when you look at characters, look at 5-star goals, look at how hard and how quick you have to hit depending on how you go about things. Now, the cool thing about the champions is this. Not everyone has to be a turn 1 killer. If your champion is able to survive, depending on your builds when it comes to your straps and medals, let alone skill plays being involved, your perks, and of course your entourage, your promoters, your trainers, your coaches, if there's certain champions that are god tiers that don't have to kill you on the first turn. They can get it done in turn 2. They can get it done in turn 3. And one cool concept that I like bringing forth in the WWE Champions 2022 is the idea of living by the simple pin, the simple count for the pin. 1, 2, 3. 1 turn killers, 2 turn killers, 3 turn killers. If it goes forth, I get it, speed is a thing, but depending on the champion you're using, depending on how comfortable you are with them, depending on your setup, that's what you're aiming for. 1 turn, 2 turn, 3 turn killers. And certain characters are able to stack their damage and everything now, so it's going to be even better. But with 5-star goals being the thing, having the opportunity, thank you for the 100% on that, King, having the opportunity to not only have more gems on the board, depending on what character you're using, so you can make some crazy shenanigans go down. If you got a character that has low charge moves but can be able to choose their moves, you can get some Zawal Cardos going on. Then even with the RNG with random characters, depending on how things go, depending on how the board treats you, having not only a 50% opportunity for more specific color gems to be on the board, let alone when you match those gems one way or the other, whether choose or random, you are getting an additional +2 MP. Think about this. You run your normal MP trainers for your +4. You have that trainer ability on your side now for the additional gems, plus the +2. That's basically +6 with perks not even being included. You're getting a +6 basically guaranteed. And if you have skill plates put into the mix, you're going to be able to load up your moves even more. That is dangerous. That is a coaching ability that can go so many ways moving forward. Because let's say this, I I wouldn't be surprised if 6 stars do become a thing, but I'm also like this if you stay at 5-star gold. You can do new coaching abilities that are even more broken than the last. And how can you do that? It's easy. Not only do you expand your creativity with how you do certain pairings and double ups, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting three stack abilities, trainer or coaching wise. It's viable because there actually are some in the game already. It might not be like some big top notch things like, oh, your reinforced gems do percentage of damage. You're able to generate more reinforced gems. And then on top of that, maybe there's another ability that goes into it that, depending on maybe they could easily say moves that deal with reinforced gem damage will now deal X amount more for that percentage when it pertains to those reinforced gem moves. So you can literally go so many ways with this now, because you can have an ability. For instance, you can literally have like Dusty. Dusty not only gives you 50% chance for more purple gems to be on the board, not only does he give you a +2 MP for every single gem match, he could also end up having it where his purple gems do X amount of damage, or purple moves do X amount of damage. So the creativity for WWE champions, coaching abilities, and trainer abilities are going to become even more. Because in my opinion, how I look at champions right now, I always love Pokemon, right? And in Pokemon, you always have a party of 6. This time around, you got to look at it different. Think about it like this, right? Your top go-to unit is basically one party of 6 Pokemon, because you have the main champion, your main husbando or waifu getting busy, right? But then you also have, second, you have the inclusion of your promoter. And then on top of that, you got 2 trainers and 2 coaches. You're literally your go-to heavy hitters on all sides, representing your classes, representing your eras, your subcategories of champions. They're basically like one man, women wrecking crews of your Hall of Fame Pokemon team. Everything's being covered. You're going to have a counter for this, okay? Well, in the Elite Four, they use ice. So you ice Pokemon. So I'm going to need someone that's a fire type. I got a dragon type Pokemon. I'm gonna need a fairy type Pokemon for this situation. You see what I mean? It's the same thing when you look at WWE champions. That's how I see it now. Basically, each of your heavy hitters, your 5-star gold options, they are basically one team of your best go-to Pokemon, because it's not just the unit by itself. It's also the trainers, the coaches, the promoter that make that character far more optimal. And then you get even further, like with the badges, right? Each time you got badges, you were able to tame and master Pokemon of higher levels. Look at that as your skill plates. Look at that as your medals. The flat gem damage, the flat gem damage, move damage, the skill plates that are allowing you to cycle, that are allowing you to have your moves do high percentages of damage, or reducing your opponent's gem damage for X amount of turns. It's so much into it now that you just want to build and look at things differently. And now with these new coaching abilities, these new trainer abilities, it's going to get even more exciting with WWE champions, let alone with all the new characters we got. Looking at Lawler, there was another Showboat, a surprise free-to-play unit that we all got in December 2021 in Santa Hogan, Showboat Legend. This guy is hands down one of the most broken and OP and highly valuable coaches in the entire game, let alone being a top tier unit, God tier unit that everyone got for absolutely free. If you didn't have everything, you could still have gotten him at 5-star silver, getting him to 5K. But kudos to those who put in that work, spent that disposable income, and were able to capitalize and walk away with him at higher star rarities, 4-star, 5-star. I know there was one gentleman that was blessed enough to do what he had to do because of what work he's put in and the amount of disposable income that he's put forth to actually get Santa Hogan at 5-star gold. And basically what I was talking about earlier is there could be a possibility of 6 stars because Santa Hogan, not only with the amazing OP coaching ability, but having the ability to have a boosted bonus of kickout damage and punching over his weight. Basically what they're saying is even if Santa Hogan is not a 6-star, at 5-star gold, he's basically doing the damage of a quote-unquote hypothetical 6-star that is yet to appear into the game. And he was a free character. Literally, all you had to do was log in, get him, do what you could, get as many tokens as you could, spend if you wish to and desire to, do some pulls if you wanted to, and RNG's RNG like anything else. But to see like characters like this and to see how things have shifted, acrobats and showboats are now some of the heavy hit, the top tier heavy hitters of the meta now, just because they finally got that love properly for 5-star for 5-star gold. But you now look at characters like a brand new unit like Omos coming into the game and being as deadly as he is. Low charge move strikers, dealing heavy, insane, massive damage, having a better way and opportunity to control the board. Yeah. New trainers and coaches like Riddle, Santa Hogan coming into the game. I love it. We had characters now with 150 move damage like Asuka, Acrobat, Damian Priest. We got so much going on in the game now to make the game far more interesting and better. And with these coaching abilities, I mean, come on now. Think about so many units now that are low charge characters that utilize purple moves, purple gems. Now you're getting an opportunity for more gems on the board, let alone getting a +2 towards your MP. If you're also running an MP trainer and you got maxed out perks, things are going to get nasty, especially once the red comes out, the blue, the yellow, the green. Business is going to pick up. And I look forward to it. It's definitely going to be exciting, to say the least. That's why I can't even get through these blitzes. I'm saying, let's blitz the blitz. Like, I'm like going for a speed run. And like, I'm just so caught up because Champions has been doing right by people. With Omos had a very solid showing with the debut. If anything, the lowest amount a lot of players may have been able to walk away with when it came to Omos, who could have been recruitable at 2,000 shards. You could literally, the minimum was like at least close to 1,000 shards without spending money. And a lot of people were actually getting really lucky pulling him from the bags, from the loot, and he's a god tier unit. He's on levels with Macho King. You know what I mean? Hall of Fame Hogan. This guy's on another level, and it's only right with how he's been booked. If you haven't seen the match with him and AJ Styles, some people might be mad, but AJ did what was best for business, because when you got someone that monstrous, who's basically WWE Shao Kahn, like on the uprise, right? You got to come out with a card that's going to be just as dominant. And this dude gets busy. So it's only more possible now that when we got guys like Omos lurking, when we got guys like Invisible Cena lurking around, when we got guys like Macho King coming out there to tap people out, Tech Dragon Steamboat, okay? You're going to have to come up with some very interesting abilities. You're going to have to come up with some very interesting move comps so that things remain interesting and don't get stagnant. Now, as you see with me with these blitzes will forever be boring as heck. Feuds are hands down like pivotal and important to anybody just because of what goes into it. I really feel that blitzes can be improved a little bit further so the rewards are worth it, especially when it comes to the overall faction. Things are beneficial. I just think that it could be done better a little bit when we're at this point in time, let alone thinking about stipulation towards being a thing, showdowns, feuds, faction bosses, when that returns, invasions, if that's ever a thing, or any brand new content, the grind, the time consumption. things have gotten a little bit easier, but I still feel that blitzes are one of the be-all, end-all, piss-poor game modes for WWE champions. Just like Dokkan Battle has world tournaments, especially when you look at the rewards that you get out of it. It's a hit and a miss for me. But it could definitely easily be reworked, overhaul, complete makeover, and I think people would benefit from it more. Sometimes, especially when it comes to requirements or bonus characters for MLCs, it's truly a hit and a miss situation. And I get it, a lot of people don't want to spend money, but it is what it is. But when I also think about the Blitz, it does serve a purpose. It brings people together. It puts people on their P's and Q's. Seeing the maxing MLC video from Merrick's, I'm definitely going to provide a link to that in the either in the comments or in the description of this video. Puts things in perspective, but every game mode does serve its purpose, just like every character in this game serves its purpose. And these MLCs, these champions that we've been getting lately, it's worth it. It's gotten to a point now that you got like super whales out here taking up free to play units all the way to 5-star gold. So that's speaking a huge testament to where we started at and where we are, and hopefully where we continue hitting up and up, because WWE Champions continues to evolve. But these dual abilities, and again, there are certain characters I believe that do have 3 abilities, but it's one's a major, one's a minor. I look forward to seeing things, because again, you could get the chance of not think about another opportunity, not only with back to Dusty to explain something again. Imagine if you had a character that gave you, moving forward, all right, you had a build like this. You had your red MP +4 Sting or Butch. You had Damian Priest with 150 move damage, right? And then you got a coach on the other side that's boosting your red moves, your red move damage, your red move damage, the opportunity for more reds on the board, the opportunity for +2, 3, maybe even 4 MP from a gem match, and also another additional +4 MP to complement your characters on the other side with your Sting, your Butch, your Damian Priest. Abilities like that could be introduced in the game and take things to a whole other level. It genuinely could. It's just up to WWE Champions and Scopely about how they want to go about it. But those potential things are there. Having those type of stacked abilities. And obviously, you can put it either behind a chase, or you can take it to another situation with the Megas. Or special exclusive, a portal event characters. That there's a lot of ways that champions can implement that. But think about that for characters. All right? Having it and not only at 50%, you can easily do the same thing. 50%, 100%, 150, 200% chance for blue gems to be on the board. Matching blue gems gives you an additional +2. Starting off with +4 blue MP. And you could also throw in blue moves, do percentile additional damage, 200% damage, and blue gems do an additional 100% damage, or you can go for another flat rate like 22,000 damage. You could stack abilities like that. And another cool thing that they could do, they could also introduce something where new abilities in cards. For instance, you got Eddie Guerrero, rest in paradise. We got LWO, Latino World Order, Latino World Order, Latin World Order, however you want to do it, Attitude Era Showboat, right? You also got Latino Heat, Attitude Era Acrobat. You got Ruthless Aggression Trickster, Viva La Raza. You got Hall of Fame Technician, Eddie Guerrero. What if you came out with another Eddie that was a Trickster Eddie, and just like you got the I'm Your Poppy, you have him but his epithet is Lie, Cheat, and Steal. But not only is his epithet Lie, Cheat, and Steal, What if he has an active ability that can be used called light, cheat, and steal, and it went by turns? So like maybe the first, okay, if a lot of you remember the old days of like, know your role, shut your mouth, right? You had those scenarios back in the day where you got your finishers, you could stack your finishers. So you could have like 4 or 5 finishers, like you could hit multiple stunners, rock bottom, spears, you know what I mean? What if you had like an additional node underneath your champion's health bar, and you could press it just like you activate your moves, and it would have the like an ability like the lie, cheat, and steal. So maybe there was like, for like step 1 at like passive or ability 1, lie, for what, like turn 1 you can use it immediately, and maybe initially right out the gate you lie, and it gives you like +2 additional MP, let alone if his moves are already low charge, right? Ties into the character. Then you could have another scenario where, he does a passive ability too, where it's like lie, cheat. So then he could cheat, and maybe he steals MP without even having to use a move. He can steal MP, or he could steal like the main color, like main colors like of the opponent, like the RNG, but he steals the main colors. Like he sees your build is double purple and blue, so he uses cheat, and then when you activate that ability, he steals the colors, the color gems of your opponent's moveset. And then you could also, well, obviously that seems to be like that would be the steal part, right? So cheat more than likely. Well, if we're starting off with lie, and we start off with maybe we start off with a bonus to our MP, right? Then we do cheat, we steal health, a huge bulk of health from the opponent, and then we have steal, where's the third turn ability, and that's the whole situation where he steals the gems of your moves and turns them into the colors that he needs for his move set. That would be something different. You could go that route with WWE champions. It wouldn't be nothing for people to be, okay, press my moves, doom, that's done. And then touching an extra node the same way you would touch the picture for your champion to find out like what your abilities are and everything, what have you. Having that flip and having a whole other situation where you have an extra button, you press it and be like, okay. You could do the same thing with Undertaker. Like we're getting these characters, like how these free-to-play units like Nikki Ash, Lawler, and Booker T, they have these reversal moves, right? What if Undertaker had the best reversal move, where literally, just like how Mankind can survive like can literally kick out in danger? What if Undertaker had an ability where he's in danger, and it's his ability is like basically he has his 3 main moves, but the reversal ability becomes his, where boom, he not only gets out of the pin, he regains his health, and he hits the animation of him kipping up and looking up at the opponent. You could work things like that. The same thing with Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's hulking up could be an ability instead of being a move. It frees up the opportunity for moveset versatility. Then again, thinking about the coaching abilities, thinking about what other possible opportunities we have when it pertains to new champions and new moments that can be made, and gameplay for the content creators. There's a lot here in this game, man, that's just dope that they could literally go with. The dual abilities, the triple abilities. They could do 4, they could do 5. As I said, there could easily get to a point, because of how monstrous these characters are and how OP and power creep is a thing in champions, that you could literally have a guy, like I said with the blue, we can now do it with the yellow. 150%, 200% chance for yellow gems to be on the board. Matching your yellow gems gives you an additional +4 to your MP. Your yellow moves start off with for a +4 MP. Yellow moves do 200% more damage. Yellow gems do 22,000 more damage. You could have it also be a thing where yellow submissions last X amount of turns, or yellow submissions or reduce X amount of turns. You could easily have that. You could do the same thing. You could have a new, just like how we got the coaching ability for Santa Hogan, you can now bring that in as a trainer ability. You could also have a scenario where you can have someone who's OP busted because they literally, their whole ability is stacking like gem damage. All gems, all color gems do X percentage of damage. All specialty gems do percentage of damage. All moves do percentage of damage. All gems do percentage of damage. You could literally do that type of situation. You could have new coaches with the bleed, with the countdowns, with the reinforces, the blast. You can introduce coaches for the juggernaut gems, the leech gems, new specialty gems. There's a lot that could happen in this game moving forward. And with these OP characters, with these amazing opportunities for not only pay to play, but free to play, I'm not going to lie, the money, I know inflation's a thing right now, but the money side of things, there's still solid options now, not only for spending your money, but just playing the game, being free, and having fun. I can't argue with it, right? With WWE champions at this moment in time. And looking at all the amazing content creators that have been doing their thing, Gearson holding it down, Big Papa Brian, DJ ZT, Merrick's, David Boy coming back, Goldie, J-Man. Come on, like this is Sir Zorro. Shout out to my One Piece King of Hell lover right there, but just seeing all the different crazy comps. You got Nerds Lab, you got Godflow doing his streams, you got Merrick's holding it down. You got so much going on in WWE Champions, and it's constantly expanding with this Hall of Fame MLC. Look, man, we could get a lot of cool characters. We can finally get Hall of Fame Kevin Nash. We could get a Hall of Fame X-Pac. We could get a Hall of Fame China. I would love to see a Hall of Fame China. Hall of Fame Kurt Angle. The possibilities are endless right now. Genuinely endless right now. There's no way around it. So I am looking forward to it. Maybe we get a Hall of Fame Beth Phoenix with the It and Grit couple thing going on there. No spoilers. There's just a lot of space for grand moves that are going to benefit everybody moving forward. But those coaching abilities and trainer abilities are just going to get stacked, let alone what other type of crazy, insane skill plates we can get. There can literally be a skill plate now that does what Dusty does and does what the originals, you know who I'm talking about, from, I believe it was Deadman Undertaker, Texas Rattlesnake, Steve Austin. These were the original guys that put gave you a better chance of more gems to be on the board, specific color gems to be on the board. You can have an expansion of that. There's so much depth that we can go through right now. I'm just truly excited to see where WWE Champions takes this. I look forward to seeing some real OP and stacked Hall of Fame units coming to this game. More great and amazing free-to-play characters from husbandos and waifus. Adding storylines to it, videos, promos, cutscenes, stuff like that would be great. Glad to see them getting busy on Twitch and everything, doing a live stream, debuts and gameplays for the characters. Champions is on the up and up. Totally on the up and up, and there's just so much here. The Christmas sweaters. I just love WWE Champions right now. I genuinely do. And it's not just a solo experience, it's also the faction family experience. Hard work pays off, so mad love always to anybody who's in the top 10, the top 100, because y'all do what y'all do and you put forth the effort and the work. You deserve to be acknowledged, you deserve to be respected. Respect to the whales, because the whales keep the lights on. Respect to the developers, proving, look at Tech Brock, that, a new look. I've been watching the tier list from Gearside and Punisher and Gearside, just like they said. It's like, dude, they show that they can move on certain things, because sometimes when it comes to gimmick characters, sometimes we never even get them. It's like they're on a whole other shtick, and by the time that we get that new variant of them. But with Tech Brock, his look was literally less than a week old, and they already had the card art. They made him a monster of a unit. They already had it. And that lets you know things are possible. Then you look at guys like Hall of Fame Warrior on the portal side, again, giving people who wail opportunities to get their money's worth out of situations. Same thing with Santa Hogan applies. The stamps, the solo and the group, the solo and community contest. Everything that we've been getting as of late has been just good, solid quality of life updates. And with the update that's soon to come, because they're doing the whole 2K situation of, you know, WWE Champions 2021, 2022. I actually do look forward, and I'm truly excited and stoked to see where they take the game moving forward. Just a great opportunity for everybody to just have a good time playing a wrestling game that has different characters. The grind, again, looking at blitzes can be improved. Showdowns can be a tad annoying depending on who you are, and metas are always going to be a thing. Tier lists are going to be always truly opinionated, but they also help benefit you, and so you can make the right moves in the moment in time. Now, WWE Champion is just finessing. No more, no less, but there's always going to be room for improvement. You and like anybody and anything in life, you should all know that full and well. So, in all due time, it will all continue to fall into place and get better and better, but they are definitely doing the right thing. I think they're tending to the free-to-play side properly. They're tending to the pay-to-play side. Again, the prices are steep. The prices are steep, but depending on how things go, RNG's RNG. You might have to spend a little and you walk away. You can do, literally, I've seen a pull where someone did a single pull and got Macho King. So, it varies. Sometimes you can do 7 pulls, you walk away with something good. You can do a 40 pull or 36 pull, walk away with nothing. Depends on how you look at it, because shards are still a thing. They count towards different events and contests. So, half full, half empty situation when it comes to WWE Champions, especially if you've been playing for a long time. But inevitably, things have improved a lot since day one compared to where we are now. 6 stars, I tread lightly. I pray that doesn't happen. I think 5 stars is a very good cap for WWE Champions. And again, like I mentioned, with the different types of abilities you can come up with, let alone the different types of move sets and everything that you can make now from very low charge moves. I won't be surprised if you get more guys like in the future that are just OP, like a striker DX Sean. One charge moves and dealing crazy critical mass damage, just similar to how Omos is. Omos is a great control character. OP, mad damage, can kill you in one turn. You don't have a chance, no chance in hell. There's just so much that happens. And again, with new abilities, new skill plates, you can literally have a skill plate that can work like where I lost my thought, just like the new Dusty Rhodes or the Showboat Steve Austin or Trickster Deadman Undertaker. You can literally have a skill plate that guarantees you X percentage or of specific gems to be on the board at the very beginning of the match. And then when you match those gems, when you match one type of color gem, you boost the MP of one of your other color moves. You can have it where for a certain amount of turns, your color gems do a specific amount of damage, and your opponents are color gems of that color or the opposite are reduced. There are a lot of ways that we can go further and further in this game and improve it, and that's why, just like I said earlier, it's like you're having different teams of Hall of Fame Pokemon teams. In one unit, your Lawler is basically a whole team. He's the he's the head, he's the leader, he's your Charizard, he's your Typhlosion. You know what I mean? You could have him in the wings. Then you could have a very rare character. You could have Santa Hogan at 5-star. You can have him in the wings as your legendary. That could be your Lugia. That could be your Groudon, helping you out on the coaching ability side. Let alone when they start to improve more and more with promoters. We don't know if promoters are going to remain free to play or we're going to start getting megas. But at the end of the day, the opportunity is there to bring in some very crazy shenanigans that are going to benefit all accounts. Again, free-to-play players are being tended to and shown love. Prices might be going up on prize walls and everything, but we're getting a lot of solid opportunities to pick up shards of characters. Think about this. Not only did like last year, we had Piper, you had Richter, you got a free Tech Nikki, we got a free Hall of Fame Eddie Guerrero. Now we're getting Jerry the King Lawler. You're getting the bags for Hall of Fame Trish. So There's a lot going on, plus the additional bonus of getting shards or getting a chance at the card of Striker Sarge. All Hall of Fame units. They're expanding. We're getting more chances to have more depth on our rosters without reality, having that thing of feeling pressure that you have to spend money. So we need to value that and truly be humbled by it. But at the end of the day, man, I have nothing really bad to say about Champions. Let the good times roll. The content creators are doing their thing. The developers are doing their thing. They're listening. They're paying attention. They're trying their best to stay on top of things and do things the just way. So I can't argue with them, and I'm not going to say tarnish their name. And shout out to Furpo, always keeping a cool head. Shout out to everybody who's been a crucial part of WWE champions throughout the community, whether you get the acknowledgement or not. I'm going to say it now. Thank you, because we prove no matter how sometimes we can be toxic, we can also prove that we are a family. We are like the WWE universe, and man, always know yourself, know your worth, man. This game's brought me across so many incredible individuals, past, present, and hopefully future. And with these new ways that we can run these characters, like these buffs, like think about it. Riddle literally took a Hall of Fame Hogan, who might have, some people might think that he took a slip, but then nope, he just put him back on top of the cusp of the mountain. And then there's other characters that can come out and do some crazy stuff. Look at what literally Riddle updated so many characters in one fall swoop with his ability alone, let alone being a monster himself with one gear needed. I mean, that it leaves the option open for other characters to do the same thing. Somebody can end up doing some wild stuff like, hey, think about if we get an ability that's similar like how Riddle does with Black Gems and Power Gems. What if you end up getting that, like somebody gets that ability for Batista? Does something with the heal gems, and with the heal gems acting like protect gems, and it's a dual ability. Heal gems are worth more like this, and then the protect gem side is also buff. So when people go to break them, even if the move damage isn't going up as high as it is, if you weren't lucky with one of those legendary icon of WrestleMania straps, you could still end up having a better chance of doing that low move damage. But because of the boost and the buff to the protect gem side of those heal gems, you're going to end up not putting a lot more people away than expected. And there's a lot of other ways they can go about this. There's a lot of different combinations, fun combinations that they can do, from the snowfall gems with different colors to the different specialty gems with specific colors. There's a lot that can go on. We can get new abilities that pertain to the choose move submissions. And again, with these submission reduction champions coming back, that's going to put a lot of top tier sub guys back in the fray again, because they're going to be able to reduce it, especially if those gems turn into multiplies or turn into other specialty gems. It's going to make it easier for them to cycle, get that out on the board, have their moves locked and loaded, ready to go, and continue to dominate. So I think 2022 is going to be another solid year to be proud to be playing WWE champions, y'all. Truly stoked. Truly stoked. We're probably going to, after this one, we're going to wrap it up. We've been playing. I will show you a couple moves that I did with this MLC, but I am going to get out of here for sure. So always know that bad times don't last, but champions do. Mad love always and forevermore to each and every single one of you, of my beloved #champions fan. Make sure to drop a people's elbow on the subscribe button, as well as hit a razor's edge on that bell icon to receive all future notifications from this channel. F5 the like button if you wish. It's all good. It's all love, because I love doing this type of content. Been busy with personal life, but I'm glad to always get an opportunity to get up with y'all, let y'all know what's going on in my world. And if anything, just give y'all flowers, because you always deserve them. Y'all always been by my side. You always held me down for so long. We've come a long way, and let's continue to climb atop the mountain. You know what I mean? But WWE Champions has definitely been doing good to us, doing right by us. And glitches, bugs, that's always going to be a thing. And again, like I said, the pay side of things is getting out of hand. People are dropping literally like mortgages and down payments on vehicles and apartments, and just to get characters. But again, RNG is RNG. And we've also seen hard work pays off too, depending on certain events and contests. Shout out to the Broski Merricks, been able to just, topple the difficult situations, put forth the work, put forth the grind, the 40 million feud score, getting the different special top tier skill plates. If you got the time, you got to put the heart, the effort, regardless of the size of your roster, you can make it and you can get it done, especially with the war score contest, the ability to get the amount of points you do with first wins. If you got a fast team, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 1-turn killers, 2-turn killers, 3-turn killers, those are the people that you need to be looking for in your game. Always take care of obviously your perks when you have them. Play it smart, play it wise. Always take care of your gem generation, your gem destruction, your MP trainers. Those are always going to be valuable. And with these new coaching abilities, who knows? Because like I said, just like I stacked those coaching abilities with the appearance, the move, the gem, damage, so on and so forth, that can also be applied on the trainer side. It can also possibly be applied when it pertains to the promoter side. So just stay on top of things. The roster is looking solid. We finally got our very first 5-star gold in Sean. This was definitely a move that needed to happen, and I'm glad to have it. Next up, honestly, is going to be Batista. Batista, we just got to get the coins up. We're going to go ahead and get him sorted out. We're going to take him up as well. I do pray there's going to be an event. Like I mentioned, they had a scenario before where you were able to get the legendary icon of WrestleMania straps. I missed out on that. Maybe I can get one for Batista, get that yellow move damage up even further and further. That would be immaculate. That would be dope. Definitely plan on taking Stacy up to 5-star gold. That is definitely going to happen with that. Bradshaw's going to go to for the gold. Drew's still going to gold. Wish I got his sweater gear, but maybe next time. Seth is also going to gold. So my crew is going to be solid. But I think my final top 3 is going to be interesting because it's Sean, Batista, and I really genuinely don't know who the last member is going to be. More than likely, though, it's going to be Seth. But all these guys have helped me out so much. They've taken care of me. And you got to look at my roster. Some of y'all got some of the characters I have. Some of you don't. But I value every single character, and you should do the same. Just like I said with Pokemon, it's not just about catching them all. Certain characters, certain Pokemon come through. Like I always look at how Ash Ketchum was. Ash would go into these leagues until he finally won the big one. There were always certain ones that he will pull out, dust off, and bring back. He would bring back Snorlax. He would bring back Muck. He would bring back Charizard. He would, you know what I mean? Because he knew those were the guys. Those were his aces. He knew that even if I didn't use them for months, depending on that line bonus, depending on the situation, depending on that bonus character, I might have to bring out my phenomenal AJ Styles one more time. I might have to go back and get with my man's Bam Bam Bigelow. I might have to bring back Striker Sasha, and that's what makes it so exciting about this game because it can always switch up at any time, and I'm looking forward to it. Alpha's definitely going to be going up for sure. Alpha and Seeker are definitely going up as a tandem. I still want to take China to 5-star gold, but I'm probably going to leave her at 5-star silver. Definitely, but Seth is hands down going first. I'm not holding my progress for nothing on that. And there's always going to be some fun people because we're going to be picking up more and more shards. Want to work on Beth because I always like the Glamazon. Wanted to work on Eddie Guerrero too because that's my guy. Finally being able to pull Trickster Randy Savage was dope, but hopefully I can get Macho King later on down the line or at least Acrobat Macho because I am literally sitting on a stun immunity strap for Legend Acrobat Macho Man when he finally arrives into my roster. But there's a lot of opportunity here. Again, Santa Hogan, just a monster, absolute monster of a unit that we got for free. And again, kudos to those who put in the work. But having that type of ability right there, any move, all moves, basically start off with an additional MP, and the gems will do additional damage. That comes through clutch. And again, he was originally a trainer ability. They've switched it to coach. So more than likely, that's telling you there's going to be another character that's going to come out that'll possibly do this. I don't know who they're going to do. I genuinely don't, but I will say this guy was hands down one of the best free-to-play characters that anyone can get, and if you did not get him, you did yourself a disservice. And more than likely, because of how the Santa gears and stuff are all going to work out, we will have another opportunity to get him. And there might be new characters with new Santa gears that are going to be bonus characters. They might bring back, Mick Foley, Cena, Mark Henry, and all that. But that literally tells you have an entire year to work on those characters periodically while helping you max out your MLCs without taking away from your resources. A lot of those characters are characters that everyone has mad shards for, so you're not hurting your DP, your TP, so your reservoir. So it's something to think about. It's something to consider that you can literally be putting stacking these characters up and building them up. Christmas in July, things like that. There's a possibility we'll have more chances to get his tokens that way. But you just want to always keep your finger on the pulse when it comes to WWE champions. But things are off to a solid start. Like I said, Lawler is immaculate. That you saw what he did. Again, I probably would have knocked out more if I wasn't talking, but I like talking and catching up with all of you. And seeing Dusty in here, getting that love, getting that respect as a striker of all classes. That bionic elbow is something fierce, right? But like I said, look at all this. This is just amazing. And to think there's a possibility that we'll get other chase champions or super top tier units that are going to be very hard to get that can give us additional abilities. And then the idea of having certain characters that could have bonus abilities that can be accessed in the game would be great. Again, the Lied Cheat Steal for Eddie Guerrero. Think about that. Having him as a god-tier trickster, not only from his moveset, his crazy trainer ability, his tag links, but also having an inside match ability where literally you can press 3 buttons or activate a certain ability. You can, depending on how many turns you allow it to play out, you can basically go and do it like that. They could easily give him a move where it gives him a bonus turn without technically ending his turn, similar to how a new effect, like how the pin bar doesn't move. They can literally have a move that that a character can do that basically allows you to do the gem match and get a bonus turn, and it counts like that, and that could allow you to stack the ability even quicker. There's a lot of different mechanics and characters that they can do this type of stuff with, and it would be dope. Look at Damian Priest, the whole thing with him having the split personality thing. Imagine if they made another Damian Priest and he did that, a modern era striker Damian Priest who had with the epithet Damian, and that's the ability, and that literally allows him to hit the switch like they have it a mechanic where the opponent does something crazy to him and then he just snaps. Stuff like that works. It could work. The same way I think tag teams need to get tag team finishers. The ability to access, if you got all your character, both partners, both of your champions moves fully filled, and they're in they're in a tag team, you could do a dual ability, like Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, Big E and Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston. Having those type of interchangeable finishers, that would be dope. Or getting the Brothers of Destruction to do a double choke slam, or even getting a Rock and Sock Connection, having them doing the double people's elbow. There are a lot of ways they could go about this to make this game continue to be relevant, continue to bring in continue to bring forth revenue, but most importantly, take care of and entertain and respect their community so that we continue to keep coming back. So with that being said, y'all, mad love, long video, but I'm so grateful that I got to talk to each and every single one of you, and I can't wait to talk to you again. Hopefully you were able to not only get your Jerry Lawler up as high as possible. His ability, obviously, due to how it is, his coaching ability, it is only at 5K where it gets access, but of course you want to go as far as you possibly can, get him up as high as you can for the contest and the month-long contest overall, and do your part. And when it comes to all faction contests, max out everything that you can. Play it wise, play it smart. I will have Merrick's video for how to max MLCs in the comments or the video description below. Make sure to check him out. Support all the great content creators, J-Man, DJ ZT, Big Papa, Gearson, Davey D, Goldie, my brother Merrick's from another mother, Sir Zorro. There's so many great content creators out right now, and the optimism for the future is just continuing to overflow in my eyes and from my perspective. So until next time, y'all, stay tuned.